Alright, last section of Chapter 7, 7.6. We're going to be looking at similar solids. Just a quick review, if you remember this from earlier in the year, looking at ratios and being able to tell if they're equivalent to each other. Easiest way for this one, 35 divided by 5 gets me 7 here. 20 divided by 5 gets me 4. So yes, those two are equivalent. 3/8 and 32 over 12 is not equivalent. You can do that a couple different ways. You can cross multiply. I also see that 3 is on the top and 32 is on the top over here, and obviously 3 is smaller than 8, 32 is bigger than 12, so that definitely is a no. So that's what we're going to be practicing and working on. Look at these two figures here, looking at it to find out if they are similar with each other. You can set that up a couple different ways. The 2 to the 6 here, we do 2 over 6. That equals this 2 over this 6, which equals 5 over 15. Again, looking at ratios and seeing if they are equal. Obviously, we know that these two are equal right here because 2 and the 6. So that's a no-brainer. This is what we have to look at. 6 times 5 cross multiply is 30. 2 times 15 is 30, so yes, these two figures are similar to each other. Alright, this is looking at more similar figures here. Cylinder A over here has a radius of 6 and a height of 4, and we want to know if they are similar to cylinders B or cylinder C. They give you the height of A, which is 4. The height of B is 3, so we have a ratio of 4 to 3. And the radius of A is 6 to the radius of B is 5. So we got 4 to 3 and 6 to 5. Cylinder A to C, we have the same situation. Height of A, height of C, radius of A, radius of C. So we have to figure this out. Which are proportional? Basically is 4/3 proportional to 6 over 5. And you could do this a couple ways. 6 times 3 is 18. 4 times 5 is 20. So, no, these are not proportional. They set it up as 4 over 5 and 6 over 7.5. So, here is my ratio of what we're looking for. Again, easiest way to always do this is cross multiply. 6 times 5 does get me 30, and 7.5 times 4 actually gets me 30. So, A and C are, in fact, proportional to each other. We did a lot of this kind of stuff when we looked at similar triangles. As it says here, the cones are similar, and we need to find them as seen height. So you need to set up a proportion between cone X and cone Y. I joked around a lot, compare apples to apples, and don't compare apples to oranges. They've already set it up for you, 5 over 7. Well, they did the 5 here to the 7, so if I'm going 5 to this 7, then I'd go 13 to that length, and that's what they've done there. When I go ahead and I cross multiply, 7 times 13 and 5 times L, I get 5L equals 91. I go ahead and I divide by 5 on both sides, When I divide 91 divided by 5, I get 18.2, so the length of the cone on this side would be 18.2. Hope you kind of get the general gist. Like I said, that's very similar to what we did with triangles, finding the missing side by figuring out the ratio between the two. Alright, here we have two pyramids that are similar. It asks what is the surface area of Pyramid A here. They gave it to us in Pyramid B. They gave us the height. They gave us the height of Pyramid A. We don't know the surface area of Pyramid A. So you create a ratio. We've done this before. The height of A is, as you see here, the height of A is 6. The height of B is 10. You have to square it here because we're talking about a surface area. The units for an area is squared, so we're going to square that because we're comparing that with the surface area, which is already a squared figure, 600 feet squared. So the 600 corresponds to the 10 because that's the height of B. The 6 corresponds to what we don't know, what we're trying to find. So it just becomes that squared, which is 36 over 100. I just square 10 and square 6, and we solve for S. Obviously, you're going to cross multiply these things like this. That would be 100s equals 36 times 600 gets me 21,600. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to divide that by 100 because I'm going to divide that on both sides. And I'm going to get S is 216. You should compare it. Obviously, this one's 600. Pyramid A is definitely smaller, and obviously 216 is a good answer for that. And that, of course, would be feet squared. Another example, this time we're going to be looking at volume. Think about this situation here. This one, the cylinders are obviously, again, similar. We're looking at 4 in comparison to 6, so I'm going to compare 4 to 6. The volume we know for the cylinder H, so that's going to be 314 on the top because of this 4. We have to compare our apples to apples here on the top. I'm going to put that over X. I don't know. I want to find the volume of J. So, what am I going to do? This time I'm talking about volume. You got to think about what our figures are with volume. When we do volume, we do cubed. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to cube this side. I'm going to cube it to the third power. Remember what that means. 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4, which of course is 64. 36 times 6 times 6 is 216. So this becomes my new ratio now. Once I find that, I have to cross multiply to solve. I'm going to get 64x equals 314 times 216, yikes, 67,824. I have to divide that by 64, and I get a volume of, and it says around the nearest tenth, 1,059.8, and that is inches cubed. Kind of a lot there, kind of a mess, sorry. But you're basically, again, trying to create a ratio between the two types of figures. Alright, a couple practice problems for you here. First one here, which prism is similar to prism A? Obviously, this is prism A. I'd like you to figure out if B or C is similar to it, and obviously be able to explain which one it is. Another practice problem. This one, the pyramids are similar. I want you to find the length of this side right here. So set up a proportion between the two pyramids. And your last practice problem, this one's a surface area. You're given the radius for both of them. This one's 3 and this one's 2. And you're given the surface area of F. You need to find the surface area of G. This is a little tougher. Give it a shot, and we'll see how we do tomorrow. Okay, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.